Hello everyone and welcome to a new video on the channel. Today's video is going to be my monthly haul for February 2022. Not loads, but well, there is quite a lot. Not as much as last month, but I ran out of money pretty fast this month. But still, I think I got quite a lot of good things, got a lot of good deals this month. If I can remember how much I paid for specific things, I will let you know, because some of them I did get for really good prices. I'm again going to try and go for the deals next month, cutting down on the new releases, trying to get more back catalogue stuff that I've not seen. 4K's building again on the 4K collection. Hopefully there'll be some Marvel films next month, because I didn't really get any this month. But yeah, I'm going to get straight in, and I'm going to start with the DVDs. Quite a lot of DVDs this month. I decided, in fact most of these, I was going to start getting specific actors' films, actors that I like. I did start doing this last month with Drew Barrymore, and I have done it in the past. So this month I focused on Christian Bale. I got a few Russell Crowe films, and I got some Chiwetel Ejiofor films, because I think he's a great actor as well. So you'll notice that going through. So first up we have Swing Kids. A lot of these I watched the trailers for first, and this one looks really interesting. It's basically set at the brink of war in Nazi Germany. The Nazis are just invading Germany, and it's about two young friends who basically got to decide what side they're on, and fight back, because they're listening to this music that's come across from America that's called swing music. And they've got to fight back against the Nazis, basically. That's what they're trying to. And it looks like a good film, as I say. Very young Christian Bale's in this. Robert Sean Leonard, who's in House. That's what I know him from. He was in House, and he was in Dead Poets Society. It looks like Kenneth Branagh's in it from the back as well. So, yeah, I look forward to checking that one out. Next up, we have a Spike Lee film, and that is She Hate Me. Looks like an interesting film. That is the reason I bought it. I do quite like Spike Lee. It's got good cast. You've got Anthony Mackie obviously in the lead role, Woody Harrelson, Ellen Barkin, Kerry Washington, John Turturro, Monica Bellucci, Chiwetel Ejiofor. Don't think he's got a massive role in this though. So yeah, it looks interesting. I like Spike Lee, like what I've seen from him so far. So got it cheap, so decided to pick it up. This one, don't know anything about really. It is a rental copy, but it's a film that looks a bit. The trailer looked good, but it didn't give much away. I'll put it that way. It's a film called Slow Burn, and this stars Ray Liotta, LL Cool J, Mekhi Phifer, Bruce McGill, Chiwetel Ejiofor, Taye Diggs. So it's got a decent cast, and I think it's just like a cop film. And like a thriller, so I'm interested in checking it out. I like Ray Liotta, so yeah, give that one a go. Next up we got a Woody Allen film. I've not seen much Woody Allen, but I got Melinda and Melinda. Again, Chiwetel Ejiofor, Will Ferrell, Radha Mitchell, who else is in this? It looks like Chloe Sevigny's in this, Amanda Peet, Wallace Shawn, Johnny Lee Miller. Yes, it's got great cast. Sounds interesting. It's like a comedy of sorts, romantic comedy I want to say. I think Woody Allen's very mixed from what I've seen of him. There's some good films, there's some bad films. But yeah, I'm looking forward to giving this one a go and seeing what it's like. Next up we have Harsh Times, another Christian Bale film. This is a cop film, looks really good. It's written and directed by David Ayer, who did Training Day, which is another selling point, because I've heard that's a great film. So it's about an ex-soldier that's basically trying to become a cop, but he's got to try and escape his past, because his past is quite dark and lots of crime and stuff. And it's about getting out of his past and creating a new future for himself. Looks really interesting, so yeah, look forward to checking that one out. And then we have a few British films. We have Little Voice. It's a British film I've wanted to watch for a very long time. You can't even see the trailer on YouTube, so it's quite I don't want to say obscure because it is quite well known here in England. But it earned Brenda Blethyn a Oscar nomination, and it's got Michael Caine. Can't go wrong with Michael Caine. Jim Broadbent, Ewan McGregor, and Jane Horrocks. So yeah, definitely looking forward to checking this one out. I love films like that. And then another British film, Kinky Boots, looks really interesting. You've got Joel Edgerton, Chiwetel Ejiofor, Nick Frost, Linda Bassett, loads of great British actors. Just look like my type of film. I love British films, especially like feel-good films like this. So I look forward to checking that one out. And then I believe this is British. I think this is set in London. Dirty Pretty Things. It's a Stephen Frears film. Yeah, set in London. I think it's about like the what do you call it? I'm trying to think of the name. You know, like immigrants coming over and basically being caught up in bad things. Basically, I think that's what it's about. It's a thriller. So yeah, I am looking forward to checking that out because I've heard good things about that. And then we have a film called Camp. I watch a YouTuber who he's a big inspiration, an American YouTuber, for how I do videos on my channel, and he reviewed this and said that it was a good film. It sounded like the type of film that I'd enjoy. It's like a music camp film produced by Danny DeVito, so I thought I'd give it a go. Might be good, might enjoy it. Not really heard anything about that one. And then the final DVD is Mystery Alaska with Russell Crowe and Burt Reynolds. This is up my street. It's like basically a hockey comedy, and it really gave vibes of like Snow Dogs. It came out around the same time, probably just because of where it is, because it's in Alaska, which is the same place that Snow Dogs is set in. But it looks like my type of film. Director of the first Austin Powers film, written by David E. Kelly, who's done loads of great shows over the last few years. So yeah, I definitely look forward to checking that one out. That's Mystery Alaska. And then we'll get on to the Blu-rays. Quite a few Blu-rays, more 4Ks than anything this month. And I apologise if I show you anything that you've already seen before. It's been a while, so I can't remember everything. You have The Next 3 Days with Russell Crowe. Russell Crowe wasn't the main attraction for me getting this, surprisingly, although he's a big attraction. You got Liam Neeson as well in this. But it's the fact that it is written and directed by Paul Haggis, and he has directed Crash, which I absolutely loved, and In the Valley of Elah, which is a very underrated Tommy Lee Jones film. I cannot express enough how underrated that film is. And this is one I've not seen, and it looks right up my street, like a crime thriller, so I will definitely be delving into that at some point soon. Then we have Equilibrium with Christian Bale and Taye Diggs. It looks like a really good sci-fi type film. Looked interesting. It's like set in a futuristic world where there's a strict regime in place and any sort of crime's punishable by death by the looks of things. So yeah, it looks like my type of film. Let me know what you think of that if you've seen it. Then this one I had to get imported, but I watched the trailer and everything about this film, I know I'm going to love it. There's no doubt in my mind that I'm going to love this film. It ticks all the right boxes. It's a musical. It's Disney. Yeah, it's directed by the director of Dirty Dancing, Christian Bale, Robert Duvall, and that is Newsies. I got this imported from America. It's relatively cheap. I think it was about £12 on eBay. I think I got it for. Another import, because I did get the Majestic last month. Films like this, I don't mind importing as long as they're at the right price. But this is one that I definitely wanted to check out because it looked great. Music's done by Alan Menken, who I think is done by Alan. Yeah, music done by Alan Menken. The songs rather, who's done like Beauty and the Beast, Little Mermaid, many Disney films. So very, this is at the top of my list. Definitely want to watch this, and soon. Then we have, I actually did get a few Terrence Malick films this month, because I've not seen a lot of his films, but they are the ones with Christian Bale in. This one, really interested in checking out, because I didn't know it until I bought it, what it is actually about, and that is The New World, which I know has a Criterion. If I like it, I might start my Criterion collection, because I do want to get into Criterion. It's just, they are expensive, and you have to pick the right films. But I didn't realise this is actually The Tale of Pocahontas, which is a film that I didn't really watch much. The Disney film, I didn't really watch. I don't even know if I have seen it all the way through. Just surprising, because I watched a lot of Disney when I was younger. This is a story that I actually am really interested in. You've got Colin Farrell in this as John Smith. The lady playing Pocahontas, I'm not going to say her name because I'll end up butchering it. Christian Bale plays John Rolfe. And it just looks like a really entertaining film. So I'm definitely going to watch that at some point soon. Then we got one that I wasn't actually interested in picking up. Then I watched the trailer, and it actually looks like a pretty good film, and one that probably is really under the radar. It is a foreign film. It is from the director of Hero, which I hear is a fantastic film, and that is The Flowers of War. So this is a war film set in 1937 in Japan. And it's basically about this soldier he's like I guess he's like a British immigrant living in Japan, and he helps, he basically opens this church and helps all these people and try and defend them against these soldiers. I think he becomes like a priest or something from the trailer, but it looked like my type of film. And what really got me once I read the back is apparently it has a budget greater than Saving Private Ryan and Schindler's List combined. Now that really had me interested after reading this. So yeah, one that I'm sure I'm probably going to enjoy. So yeah, it's won a few awards as well. Yeah, definitely be checking that one out. And then we have Red Belt, again Chiwetel Ejiofor. This has Tim Allen in it, which is another selling point, because I like Tim Allen and he doesn't do enough films nowadays. It's also got, who else is in this? Randy Couture, David Paymer, Emily Mortimer, German Tegner. Yeah, I think it's about this like jiu-jitsu master who basically doesn't want to fight. He teaches instead of fighting, but he gets into a situation where he has to fight for his life, well, not for his life, but basically pay off his debts. And yeah, it just sounds like a really good film, so we'll be watching that one. And they all fall on the floor. Apologies, try and pick it up. Sorry about that, very unprofessional. Next up, this one's one that had caught my eye for a while. It looks like my type of film. It's based on a true story, and it's got great cast, and that is Talk to Me, with Don Cheadle, Chiwetel Ejiofor, Cedric the Entertainer, Taraji P. Henson, Mike Epps, and Martin Sheen. And I guess it's about a talk show host. I think he was a former convict, and they bring him in to be a talk show host, and I think Chiwetel Ejiofor plays his like producer, and it's very controversial because it's in the 70s, and the music that he's playing and the way, because of who he was very controversial. But yeah, it looks really good, looks really interesting, so definitely be checking that one out soon. And then we have The Machinist. This looks interesting. This is compared, what was this compared to? I saw the trailer, and maybe it's on the front. Yeah, Fight Club meets Memento, which sounds interesting. I believe it's about a man that wakes up and, well, I think he's an insomniac, and he's seeing things, and he's got to try and prove that he's not crazy or something. But it looks interesting, looks like my type of film. Christian Bale, I think he lost a load of weight for this film. So yeah, it'd be interesting to check that one out. Excuse me. Then the second and last, I think, Terrence Malick film this month was Knight of Cups. This also stars, as well as Christian Bale, Cate Blanchett and Natalie Portman. Yeah, don't know too much about this. Looks like Antonio Banderas is in this as well. From what I hear, a lot of Terrence Malick's films, the cinematography is beautiful. There's one, I can't think of, I got The Tree of Life. What was the one that I was told to get? Oh, it's gone out of my head. I'll remember at some point. But yeah, I've heard a lot of his films are visually beautiful. So I will definitely... Oh, To the Wonder. I have got it on DVD, but I do want to get it on Blu-ray. I've heard that's a really good film. It's got Ben Affleck in. Yeah, I will definitely be checking that one out soon. Next up, we have Reign of Fire with Matthew McConaughey and Christian Bale. And until watching the trailer, I just thought this was set like in a fantasy world where dragons were alive, like back in like the medieval times. But it turns out this is actually set in modern day London when dragons basically awaken after thousands of years being asleep. And it's basically there's a fire chief played by Christian Bale who's trying to protect this group of refugees. And then you've got Matthew McConaughey's character who just wants to destroy them, destroy all these dragons. So yeah, it looks like my type of film. I like these sorts of films, so definitely interested in checking that one out. Then we have Empire of the Sun, Steven Spielberg film I've not seen. I think probably Christian Bale's first film. You've also got John Malkovich, Miranda Richardson, Nigel Havers. Based on a true story. I've heard that this is a great film, so I am definitely looking forward to checking this out. Music by John Williams as well, so that's always a good thing. So yeah, I'll be definitely checking out Empire of the Sun. Then we have two musicals. Wanted to beef up my musicals. This one I've heard good things about, and that's the Phantom of the Opera with Gerard, Butler. I like a good musical. I did look at the trailer for this, and it looks like my type of film. Looks like there's good music in this. You got Simon Callow, Kieran Hines, Miranda Richardson again, Emmy Rossum, Patrick Wilson. So it's got a really good cast. And yeah, it just sounds right up my street. And then we also have Chicago, which is one I've wanted to watch for a very long time. Yeah, I've heard only good things about this. It won Best Picture by the looks of things as well. Won 6 Academy Awards by the looks of things. Richard Gere, really like Richard Gere. Got Renée Zellweger, Catherine Zeta-Jones, Queen Latifah, John C. Reilly. So yeah, looks like I'm going to enjoy that one. That is Chicago. And then the final Blu-ray is one that I've not seen for a very, very long time, but one that I've been interested in revisiting, and that is Nim's Island. Good family film from what I remember. Got young Abigail Breslin, Jodie Foster, Gerard Butler. Good adventure film. So yeah, I'd definitely be checking that one out again soon, because it's been a very long time since I've watched that. That's all my Blu-rays and DVDs, and they can fall over again. Not in a very good pile here. Next up, I will do ones I've not seen, because this is a smaller pile here. That's going to fall over. Oh well. So first up, we have Superman the movie. Never seen any of the original Superman films. This was really cheap on Amazon, like £12 or something. They've all gone back up now, unfortunately. But I thought I'd give this one a go, because I do like my DC films. And this is like the first big superhero film, I suppose you could say. It's quite long, 151 minutes. But I'm sure it looks great on 4K, so happy to add that to the collection. Then we have another new release of the month, right at the start of the month, and one that I missed at the cinemas. Didn't watch when it came to Disney Plus, because I just wanted to wait until it came to physical, so I will give this a watch hopefully soon. I am getting through the pile. There's a huge pile still to go, but I am getting it through it slowly. That is Encanto. I've heard the music in this is like fantastic. I've heard it's just in general a really good Disney film, so it's one that I'm going to try and push to the top of my watch list and get watched soon. And then we have Sherlock Holmes, A Game of Shadows. Now I have seen this, but it's been a very long time, so that is why it's in my like to watch pile, because I want to watch it again, plus I want to see what it's like on 4K. good thing about this, I think it was either this one or the first one I got on 4K. I think it was this one. I'll go with it was this one. Doesn't really matter which one it was. I got this from World of Books, second hand, on 4K for £11. Bear in mind, it's a fairly recent 4K release. And it came with a slipcover that's in pristine condition, and on top of that it was also still sealed, so sometimes you do find good deals. I was thinking it was going to come in horrible condition, no slipcover, but I was wrong and I got very lucky, so I'm happy to have that. And this one I've definitely shown on the channel before, but I don't know whether I showed it in last month's haul because I can't remember exactly when I got it, and that is the Mad Max anthology on 4K. Still, I would say this is my price position. It cost a lot of money. I think it was like 60-70 quid. But they're films that I've wanted to watch for a long time. I did save for this. And yeah, it's a beautiful set. You've obviously got the outer sleeve, and then you've got the 4 films inside. And they got beautiful cover artwork. I'm not going to get them out because I have showed them in a video. Can't remember what video. It might be my 4K collection video. So yeah, those are films I'll definitely be diving into soon. And then we have Scott Pilgrim vs. the World. Very, very long time since I've seen this, but it's an Edgar Wright film, so can't really go wrong. And I'm sure I will definitely have a blast when I rewatch that. And then we have 300. I did get this on Blu-ray probably last year, but I got this at a price that I couldn't turn down, with a slipcover, and I'm sure it's going to look better on 4K than it does on Blu-ray. So whether I put the Blu-ray into a giveaway, it's very difficult for me to do giveaways at the moment. I know I have got my 100 subscriber giveaway, which I still do plan on doing at some point, but it has changed slightly. I don't know whether I mentioned it, as to the prizes, just because of feasibility and stuff like that. Will more than likely happen in the next few weeks, so stay tuned on that. I shall hopefully have an update for that soon, but not a lot of people entered, so I'm still hesitant on whether to do it yet or just to remind people to enter if you haven't already. But anyway, going off track, 300, looking forward to checking that one out. And then the 4Ks that I have seen, although some of them should be in the not seen pile because it's been a while since I've seen them. So we have Blade Runner. Not seen this for a long time, so I should definitely rewatch this. This actually came, I ordered this on Amazon and it came like that, with no slipcover. But I was lucky and I managed to find a slipcover on eBay, because I hate it when things that are advertised with slipcovers don't come with slipcovers, much like the next one, which is The Goonies, which I bought with Blade Runner. And as I say, it was advertised with a slipcover. I've got them falling all over the place here. But it didn't come with a slipcover, and I can't find anyone with a slipcover now, so it's going to have to go slipless, unfortunately. But I did mainly get it for the film because I love the film, and I'm sure it's going to look great on 4K. So, yeah. I'm trying to think of the pile to put it in. A film from last year, which I thought was okay. Probably the weakest out of these films. Although some would say the one before is probably the weakest, although I actually quite enjoyed the one before. But that is Godzilla vs. Kong. I quite enjoyed King of the Monsters, thought it was fun. This was good, but it's what you expect from this type of film. The characters aren't very good, the development. But I did quite enjoy this. I would have preferred to see this in the cinema, but at the time of this being released, cinemas were shut, so I didn't really have any choice. But I will give this a rewatch on 4K, because it probably looked great on 4K. So yeah, that's Godzilla vs. Kong. And then we have Man of Steel. Wasn't a huge fan of this film. I've got to give it a rewatch though, because I might appreciate more again watching it now, because I do quite like Zack Snyder's work, some of it anyway. So yeah, add into the DC collection. And then this one, which isn't in very good condition, really needs to be, the case needs to be changed. But I can't complain. I got this for like £5 and it's a 4K, so I can't really complain as long as the 4K plays. And that is the Meg. They just started filming the Meg 2 literally a few weeks ago. I think they began filming that. So I thought, why not get this one? Not seen it for a while. I may have seen it once or twice since the cinema. it's just a lot of fun. It's not great, but it is a lot of fun. I have a great time with this film. Very rewatchable. Jason Statham beating up a massive shark. What more could you ask for? As I say, the case ain't in the best condition. I mean, the 4K's kind of come off the sign at the top, the silver, and there's no slip cover. But hey, I've got the film anyway, which is what I wanted. And then we have, as I was mentioning earlier, Sherlock Holmes. I believe this was the one that I got from Cinema Decent. Again, this was about £11–12, so really good with the slipcover. I did rewatch this some point last year. Really liked this. Thought it was a great film. So yeah, happy to have that on 4K. Then we have The Town, fantastic Ben Affleck film, in a slim case. Again, I got this really cheap, got this for about £10, which I think is a steal for 4K, because I'm sure this is going to look great on 4K. I mean, I could have just picked up the Blu-ray on for like £2, but I wanted the 4K because it is a film I really like. If it's a film that I enjoy, I will pick it up on 4K. There are some films that I probably just stick to Blu-ray, like I got San Andreas. I know that has a 4K release, but I'll probably just stick to the Blu-ray because it isn't a film that I think is particularly great. Then we have another newish release, another DC film. I didn't really like this film, I'll be honest. I thought some of the story elements were stupid. I think this was very rushed, this film. And it's probably one of my least favourite DC films, but I wanted it for the collection. I want to give it another chance. And that is Wonder Woman 1984. I didn't like Cheetah. Didn't think Kristen Wiig was the right fit as Cheetah. I thought the whole Steve Trevor thing coming back, and then all of a sudden he just goes, and there's no emotional. It's just all of a sudden he just says, "Well, I'm just going to go then," and that's it. Just think it was a bit stupid. I think overall it was stupid. This could have been great because it's in the 80s. As I say, I will give it another chance, but it was cheap, so I thought I'd add it to the collection. And then a classic, which I've just wanted in the collection for a very long time. Happy I really have. Well, I had it in the collection. I had it on Blu-ray, but I wanted it on 4K. And that is The Wizard of Oz. Been a long time since I watched this, so no excuse now because I can check it out on 4K. And then another really good buy of the month. This was like really cheap, considering it's quite expensive normally. I think I got this for like £35 or something like that, and when this came out it was probably about the same as I paid for the Mad Max films, and that is the Back to the Future trilogy on 4K. I had these films on Blu-ray, but they were ones that I knew when they were at the right price I was going to get them. It's the same with the Indiana Jones films. As soon as they get down to the right price, I'll be buying them as soon as possible. But yeah, very happy to have these in the collection. Got really nice cover artwork on both of these. I think they're the same on both. But yeah, they are films that I love, so definitely happy to have them in 4K. And then we have 4 new releases of the month. 3 I may have shown last month because they were literally the last day of the month. And the other one I don't think I've shown yet. So first up we have Dune. I believe I did show this in my 4K collection. I liked this film. It's good. I'm sure it's going to look great on 4K. It's just a shame the way that it's more of a build-up film. There's not a lot that goes on in this film, which is a shame. But it does look beautiful. It is building on the characters mainly. And I did love the world that we were introduced to, so yeah, definitely happy to have that. Then my second favourite film of last year, Last Night in Soho. Can't wait to give this a rewatch. Loved this film, loved it at the cinema. Just thought it was great, very original. I'm not a massive fan of horror films, surprisingly. It's not surprising, I've mentioned that probably more times than anything on my channel. But this one I loved. It is more of a psychological thriller, I suppose, but it's just a great film. And then we have Ghostbusters Afterlife, which again I think was in my top 10 of last year. I love this. Shame it didn't come with a slipcover. I know if you get it in HMV it does, but I'm not too bothered, to be honest. I just want the film. Slipcovers, if I can get them I will. If I can't, I can't. Not a big deal to me. but I'm happy to have this film. Just need to get the first two now, and then I'll give them all a rewatch. And then the final film in this haul video of the month, most recent Marvel film. What they've done with the case is stupid, and that is Eternals. And by what I've done with the case is they've got the slipcover, and it used to be that, I'll try and get an example, because a lot of these are probably going to have new cases, aren't they, now I say that. So, for example, with the Meg, that's the one that's not got slip. You've got this in the middle. Now the new cases have this, so they've got no gap in the middle, it's just all the way through. So why they've put a hole in it, it just makes it look a bit stupid. I mean, a lot of the new releases nowadays, trying to find like an example, that one, they don't have a hole in it. In fact, even that one's not got a hole in it. So it just looks a bit stupid to me. It's very nitpicky, but nonetheless it is weird. But yeah, and into the Marvel collection. I am now going to keep on top of my Marvel films, so any new release I will get day one. Looking forward to Spider-Man. But I am going to be picky. I'll put it down and explain. So I am being picky with new releases now, whereas before I was generally getting all of the new releases every month. I'm only going to get the ones that I'm more than likely going to rewatch as soon as they come. So, for example, Spider-Man, that'll be a day one pickup. Nightmare Alley I've got on pre-order. West Side Story, that's definitely a must-have on day one. Films like that that I know I'm going to watch on day one. I've pre-ordered Scream because I've seen the first two and loved them, so I know I'm probably going to like the fifth one. And I've got, what's the other one that I've got? Belfast and Licorice Pizza, so those are ones that I'll definitely be getting on day one. But there are some that I can probably wait to go down in price. You may have noticed that I've not got anything like the Kingsman, King Richard, House of Gucci. Now I did want to get them, I just didn't have the money to get them. They are ones that I'll probably try and get next month. But again, I could just wait because I'm not going to watch them straight away. Kingsman's on Disney Plus. King Richard wasn't that long ago that I saw it, and House of Gucci isn't one that I'm likely to rewatch anytime soon. So I'm just going to be picky. I'm going to try and go more for the deals. I really want to get the Shawshank Redemption. Hopefully, I'm recording this on the 27th. I get paid tomorrow, so I'm hopefully going to order the Shawshank Redemption tomorrow, because hopefully it'll still be $9.99 on HMV. Schindler's List again, that's another one that's $9.99. Darkest Hour. Trying to get the deals. There is a deal at the moment I saw. Trying to think of the film. Stand By Me is only $13.99 on Amazon at the moment, so I'll probably try and get that because I do love that film, and that's a great price. Forrest Gump, I think that's £16 at the moment on Amazon, so that's one that I'll probably try and get this month. Among some back catalogue Blu-rays, films that I've not seen, there are quite a lot of films that I really want to get. I want to try and get Jane Silent Bob, the first film this month, because that's one that I've wanted to watch for a while. Dead Poets Society is one on my list. A lot of the older films that I've just not got around to watching yet, I am going to try and get next month, and I'm going to try and budget each week, just so I don't run out of money, so I've not got loads. It's quality over quantity is the way I'm looking at it, and I did try and do that this month, but it didn't happen because I spent too much in January, so I couldn't spend that much in February. But now I'm all caught up. I'm hoping to do well again in March, shall I say. But yeah, that is my haul for February, everything I got in February. Some of them you may have seen in my January haul, because technically Last Night in Soho, Dune and Ghostbusters did come out in January, and I did get them in January, but I just can't remember if I showed them off or not, so apologies if I did. I'm going to make another review video now, so then you will have 3. I did try making another one yesterday, but it was too late. And then I'm going to do a few more collection videos, so you've got plenty for the coming weeks. But yeah, that is it. So I hope you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to give it a like if you enjoyed it down below. Don't forget to subscribe if you want to see more videos like this, and turn your notification bell on so you know when I have a new video uploaded to the channel. Comment down below anything, everything. I get back to anyone that takes the time to leave me a comment. Have you got any of these? Are there any of these that you were interested in getting now? I think I did well, even though I didn't spend any money for the last 3 weeks. I think I did do quite well in February. I did get some quality stuff. Highlights, I guess, if I were to highlight any this month, I would say Back to the Future is definitely probably the biggest highlight. Maybe Eternals, Encanto, stuff like that. But anyway, that's it. So until next time, everyone, take care. Goodbye.